This episode is sponsored by OB Golf Co. It's golf outside the stakes. They create everything from t-shirts to polos to hats, even bags if you're into those. And for the ladies, they have all sorts of tights and shirts and stuff like that. They even just introduced flip-flops, so they have something for everybody. Feel free to use code SAVEPAR20 at checkout for 20% off your purchase.
Welcome to Save Par Golf Podcast, where two average golfers talk about golf and things. I'm your host, Eric.
I'm Dominic.
In today's episode, we have a lot to cover, including the Olympics, NBA Draft, NFL, and of course, pun intended, golf. Dom, we are in episode 13, my friend.
I didn't know you were going to say pun intended golf.
Oh,
that was funny.
You like that? I was going to say not pun not intended, but it was intended.
I like that.
You like it?
That was funny.
Yeah, I'm trying to kind of come up with something.
You gotta switch it up
every once in a while.
Yeah, we're 13 episodes. Well, technically 14 because we did 12 and a half.
12 and a half, but we're gonna do another halvesies, so we'll just make it even.
Oh
even
God,
13.
if we do another halvesies,
we'll eventually get a halvesy.
Probably, yeah.
I think we will. You know what we need to do is we need to have Bruce Buffer. You know who Bruce Buffer is?
No.
He's the UFC announcer.
Oh.
Like where he's like, we're live. We need to have that guy. We need to somehow get him on.
I didn't know he had a name.
Yeah, Bruce Buffer. I think his dad also was a famous announcer as well.
Is he like the little dude with the
shiny hair and the sweet suits?
Yeah.
Yep, that's him.
I know who that is.
We need to get Bruce Buffer on here and have him do one of the...
I really want to see him in a fight.
Him fighting?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, the dude with the big mustache, you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, you're talking about the referee.
Yeah, he should fight Bruce.
Oh, no, that wouldn't be fair. That guy's a man.
That's what I'm saying.
That referee is... His beard is so long.
His mustache.
He tucks it in his shirt.
Yeah, him. Yeah.
No, Bruce Buffer, the guy is a phenomenal announcer. I think we need to get him on the line or get somebody that's got that kind of voice.
You know who I really would like?
Who would you
Vin
like?
Scully.
Vin Scully?
Yeah.
Okay.
Legendary Dodgers announcer.
There we go.
That would be cool.
I'd be down with that.
That'd
Maybe
be
you
sweet.
can go ahead and try to reach out to him, and I'll try to reach out to Bruce Buffer.
I think we have a better chance of getting Bruce.
Probably. Maybe reach out to Dana White. Or Bob Meanery. Maybe they can make some connections and we can
let's just get Joe
pull
Rogan.
some strings. Or Joe Rogan.
Or Daniel Cormier while we're at it. That'd be cool.
He can nestle up right next to us and give us an interview.
Tom, your leg's broken, but how are you?
Yeah, how you doing?
How you doing,
You're
Dom?
sweating out there. Cut me, I can't see. We got a lot to cover. We just totally went way off subject.
Yeah,
but
dude.
I thought about Bruce Buffer and I was like...
It's been an eventful week.
Has it?
Kind of.
Yeah.
I mean, the Olympics...
Olympics.
3M Open ended.
3M Open. Yep, we'll talk a little bit about that. What else we got? NBA draft is going on right now.
Yeah, it's the MLB trade deadline. NHL free agency. The Wild have signed some guys. I don't know who any of them are, but we signed them.
Me neither. But I think our GM is in the right direction. I really do think.
God, I hope so.
Yeah,
state of hockey, we have nothing to show for
State of hockey.
We're the state of hockey who lost our hockey team.
And we're taking it and we're coming back.
Oh, yay.
We're coming back, baby. We're coming. And then we also have a little bit of NFL, mainly Green Bay Packer, Aaron Rodgers drama, even though we're Vikings fans. But at the same time,
I love it.
I love it as well. And then, of course, we have the Tokyo Olympics. We have the golf going on right now as well.
Mm-hmm.
Round 2. We'll kind of hint on that, talk a little bit about that and who's leading. So let's dive right into it. How about let's go to the 3M. So first off, I want to say thanks for all the volunteers, all the medics, because it was so hot.
So my last day volunteering was Thursday. Yeah. We ended up getting evacuated.
Really?
Yeah, did you hear about this?
No, I didn't hear about that. What happened?
The weather.
Thursday was the first day of the tournament. That's right. Because I kept on looking at the scoreboard and I'm like...
Yeah, there was like...
The leaderboard, excuse me.
And ironically, like when they were evac'd was like my shift had ended. Because you do shifts when you volunteer, right? Okay. It's like mine was in the morning. So mine was like 6:30 to like 11. Which was awful because I'm not a morning person.
We know this.
That's why it's like whenever I see those golf things, it's like, would you rather play in the morning or at night?
Morning for me. We all know Dom's.
No,
Dom wants to play at night.
Yeah, give me
He's a night owl.
the evening round because I can
Give him a glow in the dark golf ball.
glow in the golf
Ball.
Give me that.
Give me that.
But yeah, then eventually, since I was doing admissions, they were like, "Yeah, we're not letting anybody else in," and they halted the buses. So like, you'd get off. The parking was at the NSC or the airport.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't taking people back and forth anymore. You could leave, but we weren't allowed to tell people that we're going to evacuate. So as soon as I was walking back to the buses, the horns went off, and then it rained like 15 minutes later.
Did they think that they were gonna like just postpone it, or did they like were there talks of like potentially like completely like
No, they knew the weather was gonna
pass,
eventually.
which was so strange. So I was working downtown,
Mm-hmm.
and I knew you were volunteering, and all of a sudden, like I said, I was checking the leaderboard, and I'm like, "There's no way it's like completely stuck," but I couldn't see anything. Finally, I found on the leaderboard that it was postponed.
Weather delay.
Yeah, and I was like, so I was checking around because my grandma doesn't live too far from that area, and I was like, is it storming over there? Or like, because I figured it was lightning, right?
Yeah.
And obviously the rain.
Yeah, they had like 10 or 15 buses deep ready to take people from the golf course to their cars. And then I got an email saying that if your shift was at the later, they wanted you to wait at your car before you got on the shuttle to the golf course.
So how was the overall the tournament and the volunteering?
I liked
obviously
it.
appreciate your volunteering.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of volunteering. I think it's a big thing.
I liked it. I'll probably do it again next year. I think you and I should do it. I think it was super fun.
Well, next year I think what we're gonna try to do is
We're just going to play it.
volunteer and then maybe get some like some passes.
Yeah.
So we can do some behind the scenes.
Yeah.
That's kind of the plan.
Well, if we volunteer, our badges get us in every day.
Well, there we go.
So there we go.
So we're on the right track.
No, I had a blast. I enjoyed it. My favorite was seeing all these young kids just ready to see their favorite pros. And there's this one kid who's like, yeah, we're just here to see DJ. And I'm like, no, you're here to see Bubba. And it looked like I shot his dog.
Speaking of Bubba, so one of my good buddies that is a very good golfer that I golf with on a regular basis.
On a regular basis.
Thank you. I appreciate it. We have our own words that we can't
Yes,
pronounce.
we know.
But he took his son out on Saturday, and he said that his son he wanted to reach out to Bubba. He's a big Bubba fan. Kid's like 4 years old.
Yeah, Bubba's great.
And he worked up the courage and asked Bubba, I don't know what hole it was, but he asked Bubba for a golf ball, and
Did he get one?
Bubba gave him a
Hell yeah,
golf
go
ball.
Bubba.
Yeah, so shout out to Bubba Watson. Fantastic. I seen a couple of his posts.
I love him fishing.
Yeah, with his little
the little
minnow,
fishing rod.
aka smallmouth bass.
Yep,
That he
and
apparently
I
got.
love that he caught it on the little 5-year-old, something you give your little kid fishing rod.
Yeah, exactly.
Which I had one when I was growing up. I have fond memories of this red rod with a yellow button. I'm pretty sure.
Zebco 500.
Yeah, no, and I'm pretty sure I dropped it in the lake a couple times,
Oh,
and then
for
we'd
sure.
go in and get it. I've dropped a few things in the lake, but yeah, no. Bubba, yeah, no, and they're like, yeah, we just want to see DJ. And I'm like, no, you want to see Bubba, and then they're like,
Which I'm surprised
no.
they didn't want to see Ricky.
I think everybody wants to see DJ because he's former number one. I don't know what he's ranked
I think
anymore.
he's number 2.
2.
Now I think. You know what? You put me on the spot.
Ricky, I was 4 feet away from, to where I was like, hey, Ricky. And,
Ricky was in the zone though, so I was on there on Sunday, and you could tell he was just
and
not
then,
that he was a jerk or anything, because
Right.
he wasn't, but he was dialed in.
yeah, I mean, the
He
stuff
floundered, of course.
the stuff you posted made him look like he was, he was on a mission. He was there.
Yep. And so I went on Sunday. My wife and I we went extremely hot. As you could see, Cameron Champ talked
Yeah.
about it.
Update: I was not able to sneak out of work as I realized I was the only one there on Sunday,
So yeah, I didn't get
so
to see
I
Dom.
could not have snuck out.
Was riding solo with my wife. Dom couldn't join us. We had a blast though. My wife's not a huge golf fan, but she loved it. She could have stayed there all day. I will say I am kind of a little upset that I didn't stick around for the whole tournament.
Mm-hmm.
We were there for 6 or 7 hours.
It was hot.
And it was extremely hot. And
Yeah.
and I think we could have stuck it out. She's one of those people that when we go to a party, we'll stay the whole night, and it'll be a 12, 13-hour party.
Trust me,
So,
I know.
Yeah, you know.
I know.
Yeah. So I'm getting better at that.
Yeah.
But I just felt bad because I knew it was so hot. Not that it wasn't her fault by any means, because she would have stuck it out.
Oh yeah, you can't control the weather.
No.
I will say big kudos to 3M that they had free water.
Free water, gave out free bottles.
And then you got little fans and everything, which I didn't grab because
I got two right here.
I know, that's why I said it.
I'll sell you one. $13.
No. I purposely didn't
really
grab
cool
one.
Though.
Yeah,
and
no.
that's what she used it literally the whole time when we were watching. We stood up on the 18th hole.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I purposely didn't grab one because I'm like, I'll never use this thing, so save it for somebody else. But yeah, they had free water, which I was like, that's huge because now you're not spending $45 on water throughout the day.
Water's so expensive anywhere, which is terrible. It should not be that expensive.
Well, and it was all from LK. And I don't know if you noticed, but when you put the bottle in, it told you how many bottles you saved. Mm-hmm. So I had my Hydro Flask when I was volunteering, so I saved like 6 bottles every day.
Yeah, it's amazing how much you can actually save by using that.
The irony is that they were giving volunteers actual like bottles of water. And I'm like, you could have just given us like the free reusable bottle, but that was up to us to go search and find. Sure. And
so a huge thanks to Dom, especially because he was probably the best volunteer out there.
They said I was.
Yeah.
They said I was.
Yeah,
they said
he should be getting a medal in the mail soon, right?
God, no, they're cheap.
And then, of course, they said I was out there a Sunday, final round. Got to see Louis, which was awesome. Louis is
still can't pronounce his last name, but one day I'll figure it out.
I totally butchered it the last 3 times, but it's Oosthuizen.
It's not Oosthuizen.
Oosthuizen. I think it's.
I don't know.
The way they pronounced it was different than what I said, but Louis is a stand-up guy. He's awesome. Yeah. We followed him. Followed obviously Ricky. Ricky just brings. So the 3M tournament is fairly new to
the PGA.
Yeah, especially for Minnesota. It's our 3rd year that we've had it.
Well, we had the Champions Tour on it.
We had the Senior Tour.
The Senior Tour on it.
And which was awesome. I used to go to that all the time, which was free.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's 3M Open PGA Championship.
I mean,
PGA tournament.
Yeah, I mean, at most it's what, $50?
PGA, it was $65 for a Sunday pass.
That's not bad.
No,
and then like especially for a Sunday. Because you could have gone the first few days for $25.
Yeah, that was Tuesday, Wednesday practice rounds, $25. I was contemplating on it, didn't go, but in any case, it was a great time. 3M put on a great tournament. Ricky there's something about his presence. The guy just brings a freaking crowd of people.
Did you see that stat where it's like him putting with glasses and him without glasses? And he's much better with the glasses.
Yeah. I just wish he would shave that stash.
No.
I just...
Keep the stash. The stash is what makes him competitive.
I like his baby face and the long hair.
Okay, yeah, don't say that.
Bring back the baby face and the long hair.
No.
Bring back the 2009...
Is that all orange?
He was rocking the orange pants on Sunday. White polo, which was cool because you could see him from a mile away.
Oh, right.
You could see him teeing up. So
one of the little boys came in. Big orange Puma hat, orange shirt, orange pants.
So the world rankings, John Rahm is number 1.
Obviously.
Dustin Johnson's 2.
Is he 2?
Yep. So
who's
you were
3?
Right. Colin Morikawa.
Attaboy.
Colin is obviously in the Olympics right now. So 3M, huge congratulations to Cameron Champ. Like I said, we talked about the heat. It was super humid. And he even talked about
he was dehydrated at one point, right?
Yeah, got a little dizzy, dehydrated. I think he said something about on the 15th or 16th hole.
Yeah.
Their game plan was on 18 was to use driver, which a lot of people talked about, why
not
use
doing
the driver.
Yeah.
And we actually made it home in time to see it. Like I said, unfortunately.
And for those of you who don't know, 18 is like 600 yards.
It's
it's like 596 or
and
something.
And not only that, it's the most, that hole is collected the most golf balls on the
tour.
PGA Tour.
Yeah.
It was like it was a lot. And
I feel like
Keegan Bradley sank one. I mean, so we sat out on 18 and we sat probably within like 70 yards from the green. So we had a really good look from the green. Mm-hmm. But where we were sitting is every player was pretty much laying up to our spot. Mm-hmm. So we were right there. Brandt Snedeker, all sorts of players.
Yeah.
But there were so many times where you'd see a guy from far distance hit a ball and land up in the water, and then they think they had made it, and then they have to drive back and hit another ball. So Keegan was one of them.
Yeah, no, I just feel like when people heard, you don't use driver, that people think it's a short hole. No, this thing is like 600 yards, It's a big hole. Even walking it, because I walked it a couple times.
It's a beautiful hole.
It's so nice.
It is.
But it's like 600 yards of just pure agony, and you don't really see anything because there's all those trees along the right-hand side by the water.
Yeah, and of course, on Sunday, they had 18 with pin placement, which obviously they put in a tough pin placement right behind the water.
Who was that guy that hit it over those trees and then hit it onto the green? You know what I'm talking about? He hit it so far right.
Well, there was several players that hit it like basically, what would you call it? Not the bleach. Well, kind of like the bleachers. They hit like the wall of the bleachers, then have to hit it down.
No, there was some guy who hit it and it went so far right that it went over that water onto the grass on the other side of the water, and then he chipped onto the green.
I didn't see that one.
So it was like a full on like Bryson trying to cut onto 18.
Really? No, I didn't see that. So we, like I said, we followed Ricky. We followed a couple other guys for a while, and then we decided let's just hang on 18. And we had such a good spot; it was fun to watch. 18 is such a great spot to hang out. Yeah, we just sit on the hill, and like I said, Brandt Snedeker, tall guy.
Do you want to talk about how my picks are way better than your picks?
I didn't want to bring it up, but we can bring it up.
So,
Brandt Snedeker, I kept on meaning to text him.
I think I text you. I'm like, dude, my picks beat your picks.
You did. You put it in my face, but I wanted to text you during the tournament because Brandt Snedeker was playing lights out.
I know.
He's a really tall guy.
I know.
And dude, he literally looked like a lobster though.
He was
so red.
Why I know Brandt Snedeker's tall, I don't know. And why
Brandt Snedeker fella.
Why I know that I picked him, I don't know. But I had a feeling. I like Brandt.
Yeah, Brandt Snedeker's legit. And that was a good pick.
Yeah.
But dude, I felt bad for him. He was so red. Like he was like, dude, let me get the hell out of here. Like he's as red as the 3M golf cap or
as red as your hat.
Or am I red as my 2003 Masters hat?
Yeah, that's 2013.
2013, who won?
I don't know.
Adam Scott.
Oh, every time I hear Adam Scott, I think of the actor.
Adam Scott, the guy could be a model.
The actor?
No, Adam Scott, a golfer.
Oh, I'm hearing about the actor.
The Australian golfer, Adam Scott, one of the best ones on tour.
Well, no, I know who he is. Yeah. I don't think I could pick him out of a lineup.
You could? Out of a mugshot lineup?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I'm drinking out of my 3M bottle of water. But anyway, Brandt Snedeker literally was as red as this cap, and I felt bad for him.
They had a stand at the tournament where you could go get free sunscreen.
My wife did. My wife always made fun of me about golfer's tan, right? My wife is Hispanic, okay?
No, I know.
You know, I know. I'm just letting everyone know.
I know, because she yells at me.
She's loud.
I know, I love her. But she yells at me, and I'm like...
She's the best.
One time she yelled at me in Spanish, and I kind of looked at her dumb, and I think a light bulb clicked on in her, and she was like, oh.
Yeah, she's completely bilingual, obviously, but yeah, when she yells in Spanish, you better watch out. She's talking.
Because I have no idea what she said to me.
It wasn't nice. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
It wasn't pleasant. No, I'm just kidding. She loves you too. But it's funny because she's like making fun of my golf tans.
Yeah, you have a bad one.
Yeah, I have a pretty bad one, especially
because like you get really, because I don't get very dark.
My arms get pretty dark. I told her I'm darker than her, right? She came back.
Did she have a golfer tan?
She had a golf tan. She's never gotten burnt in her whole life. She's like, I think I'm turning white. She's like, I've never had a golf tan in my life. She legitimately had the funniest, and the funny thing was, they had stands.
Yeah, because
she sprayed on the tan. I'm like,
they had spray? That.
Yeah.
Oh, they gave me like little packets.
Yeah, they gave her a little spray pump or whatever, and she sprayed her arms and all that and rubbed it in. And by that time, I was like,
it's too late.
Pretty nice. I'm good. Yeah, don't worry about me.
Yeah.
But it's funny that she made fun of my golf tans.
I know, they gave me a little like packets of sunscreen, and I was like, I don't need it. And really, I didn't need it because I was like in the shade 90% of the time.
Yeah.
Brent could have used it.
Brent really could use it. Like I said, I legitimately felt bad for him. He looked like he was in pain. It was that bad. But I couldn't believe how tall he was. And not that he was ever big, like as far as like size wise, but like he's very tall. Like I couldn't believe it, like how tall he was. So he was one of the and Bubba. You think he's a lot taller than what he really is?
No, he's like our height.
He's not very tall.
He's like our height, and
you think he's like 6'2", 6'3"? He's not very big.
No, and he bombs it on like it's unbelievable.
He bombs the ball.
Yeah. He's like there are very few golfers I think have like a God-given gift.
He's one of them.
He's definitely has something going on where he's just good.
And he's self-taught, which is crazy.
Unbelievable.
So 3M Open, Cameron Champ. Again, I don't think it could have really happened to a better person.
Well,
especially the way it ended.
And it's like, I've been saying it never, like, there's never been a big name to win this tournament, right? It's never Dustin Johnson. It's never Ricky Fowler. It's never Tony Finau. It's always the small guy. No, it was Matthew Wolff.
And Cameron Champ has a chance to be a big name, though.
Right. You know, it's what, his third win?
Third PGA Tour win. He had a lot of... There was some issues on and off the course with him as far as his mental illness or I don't want to say mental illness. I think just like personal issues.
Yeah.
I don't want to say mental illness.
Yeah.
But there was some on and off the course things, and like he even kind of mentioned it in his interview, and I couldn't be more happier for a guy to win it.
No, it's always fun seeing someone else win other than DJ or, you know, somebody big, which, you know, it's not a super big tournament.
No,
but at the same time, it's super fun to see everybody come out to Blaine, Minnesota.
It's really weird coming from a place from Minnesota that it's like golf is, you have like Hazeltine that's had the Ryder Cup, of course, and the U.S. Open. Tiger's been all there, but yeah, Blaine, Minnesota. We're close.
Where it's like TPC Twin Cities, which is like this uber private club, and
we're literally, well, not me now, but beforehand.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm like
10,
right
15
there.
minutes away from it, and not even.
Yeah,
and so it's pretty cool to see. It's a really cool venue. The course is immaculate,
beautiful. It was so cool to just wander around and get lost because my badge got me like everywhere.
Yeah, we're gonna try to get on that course and play it.
Yeah,
that's kind of the goal.
Is that the goal?
That's the goal here soon. Louis Oosthuizen finished second. The guy is like, he's
a machine.
He's
too consistent.
His swing is so good. But what's the movie I'm thinking of?
I don't know.
Step Brothers, Talladega Nights. You know, if you're not first, you're last. Yeah. But he's like, you know, he guy finishes second place in almost every tournament. Movie. He's so good. Then Charles Schwartzel. I really like Charles Schwartzel. I was hoping that, you know, and he finished third. So there was a decent amount of like big name golfers, and I know, like you were saying, that there's Michael Thompson won it, Victor Hovland won it.
No, he didn't.
Or not Victor Hovland.
Matthew Wolff.
Matthew Wolff. Excuse me. Yeah, sorry. Michael Thompson won it last year.
Yeah, Matthew Wolff won it the inaugural year in 2019.
Correct. Yep. Thank you for that. But most of the first two tournaments that we've hosted here were right before the Open. So I'll be interested to see next year how it shakes out.
I already know the dates.
Oh, what are the dates?
I can't tell you.
Oh, okay.
I'm just kidding. It's July 18th to the 24th.
July. Okay.
So same time.
So
I think that'll probably be after the Open again.
Yeah, so that might be a good opportunity again to have some other bigger names too, because like I said, the first 2 years they had it was the tournament right before the Open, and most of those big name guys don't even show up anyway.
Right.
So,
which I know, like obviously DJ got cut this year, which nobody was surprised by.
I was. Well, I was and I wasn't. I really wanted to see him stick around.
I feel like big names don't really
Brooks
try.
Got cut this. He was here the year before that, or the 2 years before that.
Yeah, he got cut.
He got cut. Yeah.
I feel like every big name gets cut, with the exception of like a few. Because I feel like some pros play these smaller ones just like to have fun, and then there are some guys that are just like, I don't care anymore, and then they quit. You know, I'm not saying DJ's got a poor attitude, but we know Brooks does.
Kinda.
Shots fired. Yeah.
Dom's calling Brooks out.
Well, I mean,
let's cancel this.
I mean, he has said that he only tries.
No, hold on. Let's cancel the Portnoy lefty challenge versus Brooks, and let's put Dom in there.
God, watch your below average golfer get smoked by a pro.
But Brooks is left-handed. You have a chance.
I'm right-handed though.
I know you play normal, just like Portnoy.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's happening. I think they said September. I think 9th.
God, if that happened to me, I'd get smoked. You'd have to play left-handed and backwards.
It's amazing how some of those tour players, like they hit so many balls that they get kind of bored and they switch sides and then they continue to hit more balls.
He'd have to play it. He'd have to hit lefty, and then he'd have to like hit through his legs for me to even have a shot.
Or just close his eyes.
God, no, it still might be unfair.
That would be pretty cool, though.
That'd be sweet.
I have done that with my younger brother, where he's a lefty and I'm a righty, and so we would always, like 9 holes.
Mm-hmm.
I would play with his clubs, he would play with my clubs, and he was a much better. Like, he could hit the ball actually really well.
I'm convinced lefties do everything better than right-handed people.
Yeah, there's not nearly as many, but when they switch to righty, dude, his swing is so he's smaller than me and shorter than me, but the guy can hit a ball.
Mm-hmm.
My younger brother can hit a ball a mile. And like I said, I look like a freaking disaster hitting the ball left-handed.
I don't even know
His
how
swing,
I would.
He looks like he's like a beginner right-handed, but it's not bad, you know? Where me, no.
We're just lost
Totally
left-handed.
lost.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, don't even try to attempt it. So 3M Open was a success.
Mm-hmm.
Dom volunteered. Maybe next year, again, we'll both volunteer.
Yeah.
We'll do some live Instagramming.
Yeah, it's only like $80.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we'll do some live Instagramming.
Yeah.
Do some behind the scenes footage. Kudos to Cameron Champ, huge win. What do we got next?
Do you want to touch on the Olympic stuff?
A lot of Olympics drama. Do you want to talk about you want to go golf, or do you want to go? What are you thinking?
You know, I haven't been paying attention to any of it, to be honest.
All right, I'll give you a little rundown, then we can talk about it. So
I know the
Simone
Simone Biles stuff. Yeah.
I'll just kind of ask you, what's your take? I kind of think I have the idea of what your take
Of what
is.
I'm gonna say.
Yeah, but what's your take on the Simone Biles?
Good for her.
Yeah.
Good for her. You know, I feel like, you know, I was saying this like when Bryson had his little Cobra explosion, how athletes just kind of like everybody has a breaking point, right?
Mm-hmm.
Especially when you're dealing with like mental health issues. And I mean, like she said, there's nobody there for her other than her teammates and her coach. There's no family. There's no crowd. I think Rory said it best. You know, there's 3 million people in Ireland. So that's like, granted, that's all like a lot of weight on his shoulders, but there's like 600 million people in the US.
What's your, so I
also hate that people say that she quit. Like I know Piers Morgan was saying that she's a quitter and stuff like that, which she's not from here anyways, but she didn't quit. She took her own
tried.
She took her own mental health into fact and then wanted to help the team because we still got silver.
Still got silver. And if you look at it, it's kind of dangerous for her to be out there because if all of a sudden her mind wanders and she's on those bars or whatever, trip, fall,
break something, and then what? You know, it could be a career ender because you're only doing this every 4 years.
I did see a lot of haters talking about how that she basically took someone else's spot because she just dropped out.
Oh,
which is another angle. So to a degree, I understand where they're coming from, but
at the same time, she
wasn't
earned it.
there not to compete.
Right.
She's the most decorated gold medal
gymnast
of all time.
She's like the best one I've seen since like Shawn Johnson or Nastia Liukin or
she has more world championship medals than any other gymnast in history with 25. She's got 19 gold medals.
She's unreal. And for somebody to say that she quit or that she wasn't there to compete,
she took a spot.
That's like saying Michael Phelps was there just to smoke weed. Like, but like you know what I mean? It's like
she wasn't there just to go there. Like she's talking about no family, no fans, and all these things. She didn't just go there to go there. She went there to be a gold.
You didn't go there just to hang out. You went there to win the event.
Correct.
And then now she pulled out the solo stuff, and it's very much reminiscent of Naomi Osaka. You know,
did you watch the documentary on her?
I haven't
Netflix?
yet. I want to. I've heard it's good.
Yeah, I haven't completely finished it, but I've watched a few of the episodes, and it is really good. There's so much stress on these young professionals.
Even like Kevin Love was talking about, and he's not exactly young anymore, but people are giving Kevin Love.
Who's Kevin Young?
I'm sure it's somebody, but everyone's giving Kevin Love a bunch of shit for it. I'm like, this man is a professional athlete.
But he's a human being at the end of the day.
Right, and he's finally standing up for something that a ton of people struggle with, but nobody wants to talk about.
A lot of people get behind the fact that, like, oh, they have millions of dollars, they can just money buys happiness, they're fine. And it's like, that's fine.
You still don't know what's going on mentally, or
you really don't.
Yeah, because I have a lot of friends who struggle with it, and it's something where it's like, I'm lucky I don't. I do have moments where I'm like, I'm kind of sad, but then I'm like, whatever. Mm-hmm. I know there are tons of people that can't flip that switch, and for athletes to bring it up and then your average fan to give them shit for it, I think is awful. Just
absolutely. I mean,
like they're bringing awareness to something that millions of Americans and not even Americans, but billions of people struggle with.
Yeah, and then they're on this.
They have this huge platform, correct, and they're finally using it for something other than like promotion.
Yeah, kudos to her.
Yeah,
for being able to like.
That's ballsy. Like that really takes a lot of
because
guts.
There's always a division. There's always a divide. There's always people on this side and that side, and it's frustrating and it's sad because, in my opinion, she didn't go there to take someone's spot. She went there to win a gold medal. Who wants to go to, the Olympics, and then not compete?
Right, because
no one.
Yeah,
does that.
Like first of all, it's a long plane ride.
Well, the whole thing in general.
Well, I know, but first of all, like long plane ride, your bed sucks. It's made out of cardboard. There's no fans.
The right there, the fans. I'd be out.
Oh, I wouldn't care.
For me, no.
I wouldn't really care.
And the heat, like it's so hot out there right now.
Oh yeah, it's gross.
So humid and hot. Like those runners, the triathlon.
If anything, the fan thing might help them because now the buildings aren't full of people.
I don't know, but I have to sleep with AC and a fan.
I don't know. I'm someone who I create my own energy. So I'll go home and be pumped up by myself. So I don't necessarily need people to give me energy.
It's just frustrating for me to people don't really
It's weird. It's weird watching it and not seeing fans. That to me is the only weird thing.
Yeah, I think that's a huge factor on some of these athletes too, because whether they finish in gold or not, I've ran in several races, nothing super competitive, but I ran in the half marathons and some other larger races. Not that I'm trying to compete to win, because I'm nowhere near that level. However, the fan factor and just the people being there to support you plays such a huge role. Mm-hmm. I mean, that pumps you up. That gives you that extra boost. And for them not to be there, I mean, there's obviously teammates and stuff cheering you on, but again, she's Simona's how old? She's in her early 20s.
Yeah, I think she's around my age.
And it's you have so much pressure. You have she is one of the most decorated champions in gym. She is. Mm-hmm. And then she is supposed to be the favorite to go in there. And so she has so much pressure, so many things that are riding on your shoulders. And then you have this mental illness type of issue, and good for her.
Candace Owens threw shade at her, I guess.
Okay.
Which is gross.
Well, I mean,
that's not the point. She's my age. She's 24.
Yeah,
she's a little older than me.
She's fairly young.
Yeah,
she's very young.
She's also 4'8".
Gymnasts aren't very tall. Yeah,
good for her.
And so to kind of bring light on that is I good for her. I feel bad that she couldn't compete, because technically I guess she could compete, but she felt that it wasn't her best decision.
Yeah.
So good for her.
I think it's super cool that all the athletes have her back. Michael Phelps says it broke his heart to watch her go through that, and everyone else seems to get it. It's just the media and everyone else don't get it.
The casual people like me and you, people don't understand the stuff and the scrutiny, the media, the things that they have to go with every day. We can sit there and talk, and we could say things, and I agree with her 100%. And to kind of shed light on that is Suni Lee. She's from Minnesota, from St. Paul. Mm-hmm. Huge win. She takes her place, wins gold. And it's kind of a bittersweet story, but I was watching the news on it, and her and her father are super close. Mm-hmm. She was in the Brazil Olympics 4 years ago.
In Rio de Janeiro.
Correct. And a couple weeks before that, careful.
I cracked my finger.
A couple weeks before her departure to go to Brazil, her dad was trying to help out a neighbor and fell off a ladder, and now is paralyzed from, I think, basically the chest down. And same thing, she, they weren't a very wealthy family. Her dad built her balance beam. Mm-hmm. So the fact that she came out of Minnesota, her father built the balance beam. She practiced, locally, and then she fills in for Simone and wins a gold medal. I mean, that's super cool. That's really the cool thing about the Olympics.
That's what it's for.
It
yeah,
really
it's
is.
yeah.
And just to kind of hint on another a Minnesota native was Reagan Smith. She won the silver in the 200 millimeter. 200
meter. I would say if it's millimeters or short race, you jump
200 meter butterfly, and then she won a bronze a few days before that in the 100 meter backstroke. The 200
you better
millimeter.
like cool it on the beer.
The brewskis.
Woo.
Woo. But speaking of swimming, I went swimming last night, dude. And I'm telling you, like.
I took a shower last night.
Well, good.
Yeah, does that count as swimming?
Yeah, not really.
I mean, I was in the water.
You were in the water, but no, I was literally legitimately trying to like swim back and forth. That is like the world's best workout.
Yeah.
And like I did like 2 laps and I was literally gassed. I was so tired. And I ran 3 miles like before I went swimming.
Mm.
And I mean, I was tired from running, but that's a whole nother like it's like it hits you deep in the lungs, man.
Here's a good question. So if you had to do any like Olympic event other than golf, what would you do?
I'd hope to be in basketball, but that probably happened.
I doubt it. I don't think I'd want to be on the team this year.
We'll see. Yeah, they've had their struggles. Definitely not swimming. No, that's a good question.
I can't swim.
I mean, I can swim, but not like that. No, that's like I said. I was gassing.
They'd have to pull me out of the pool because I'd just be like, I'm not moving.
Just throw the white flag.
Yeah.
Like, someone grab me.
I would try to do like the little flip and push thing and just like not come up.
There's so many like random and weird sports.
That's what I'm saying. I think I could do. There's one where it's like you shoot an air gun. Yeah. I think I could do that.
Shoot an air gun.
Yeah. Or even like archery or something. I have a bow.
What's the the other night I was watching fencing.
Oh, I couldn't do that.
Bad at fencing because every time that the person scored a point, I always thought the other person scored a point. I was so confused. I'm like, that guy won, and then all of a sudden, like their thingy went off, and it turned out that they didn't win.
I know. My dad was watching water polo.
That's a sweet sport, but
that would get
so
intense.
Tiring. If I was about 8 inches taller, volleyball would be sweet.
Yeah.
Volleyball.
I was watching
the court volleyball though.
No, I was watching court, and it was like Sweden and somebody else, or whoever the reigning number 1 is for court volleyball. And the way they were playing, I'd be like, no, couldn't do it, couldn't keep up.
Yeah, I used to love playing court volleyball. That's a good time. If I had every one of those dudes are 6'5", 6'6", and they can just.
I love watching like track and field and stuff. Obviously, it's like I have to for like my job because I need something to talk about with people. But there's that one where they run and then they jump into the sand.
Yeah,
that I think is that what it's called?
Yeah.
I didn't want to say it to be wrong.
No, I'm pretty sure it's a long
Okay.
jump.
Watching that, there was a dude who basically almost jumped over the sand.
Like cleared the whole thing.
Almost. Like if he tried a little bit harder, he would have cleared the whole thing. And I was like,
how long that's a far distance.
That's big.
Yeah.
Like,
but some of these athletes are freaks, man.
Yeah.
It's so impressive. And I think like
they make me feel so unathletic. And it's like I'm like strangely athletic in certain ways because it's like I'm weirdly like flexible, which for some reason I am. I don't get it. I found out
I'm not flexible.
I found out I'm one of the only people who can like touch the ground at work. Like if I can bend over and touch the floor. Yeah. I guess not many people can do that.
I don't think I can.
Oh, I'll show you later.
Yeah. I can't do that. I can't even touch my toes.
Oh, I can. I can like grab my toes and like lift them. Like
really?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, no, I'm not flexible one bit. And then so as far as the medal tracker goes, I have to check it, but just recently I checked it. USA is at 41 for medals. They're in the lead. China's at 32. And then the ROC, which is the Russian Olympic Committee, is at 30. That's where we stand as far as medals go.
How many does Japan have?
Japan was up there.
Since they're the host, I feel like we should let the people know.
Yeah, let's let the people know. We can certainly get that pulled up. Right now, the golf tournament is going on right now as well. As far as the Olympics, and give me 1 second here. Don put me on the spot.
Yeah, you really weren't prepared.
No, I really wasn't. I had a couple other things popped up. But while we're talking about that, do you prefer the Winter Olympics or Summer Olympics?
Oh, I love the Winter Olympics. I feel like there's more that I would enjoy with the Winter Olympics than the summer. It's like, don't get me wrong, like the summer
hockey is sweet.
The hockey.
Skiing is cool too.
I love all like the bobsleds.
The bobsleds are
Or anything that goes down the big tube of ice I am into, because I think that's so fun. Curling, because we're in Minnesota.
Curling, that's like the most dad thing.
I've wanted to try it, but
it's a popular thing here.
Yeah, like snowboarding, skiing, luging, I feel like there's just so much more stuff to like tune into.
Yeah.
Which, granted, you can watch Summer Olympics all day, but then you're like, oh boy, I got to watch the triathlon today. Like, yay.
Japan's at 25. So let me just make sure that I did China. I said China at 32. Mm-hmm. They do have 33 now. So it's United States at 41, which is what I said. China has 33. Russian Olympic Committee has 30, and then Japan has 25.
Cool.
So, and then Australia has 22. So there's so many sports. I'm gonna try to find a sport that like isn't very popular here and just try to compete so I can go to the Olympics. Whether it might be the dumbest sport possible, like
underwater basket weaving.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
It's crazy how some of these sports are just like never even heard of it yet. Mm-hmm. There's an Olympic, and the golf. This is the 4th Olympics for the golf.
I think the weirdest one has to be in the Winter Olympics. They like trudge around on skis, and then they shoot the gun, and then they trudge around again, and then they shoot the gun again.
Yeah, it's cross country skiing basically with a gun.
I'm so into it, and I don't know what I'm watching half the time, but I'm like, I think I could do that, and then I get on skis, and I probably couldn't do that.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what the point of that is and how that
is that the biathlon?
Your guess is good.
I don't know.
That. I'm not 100%.
I don't know. I don't know. I prefer the Winter Olympics. I think there's just so like the hockey.
Hockey's awesome.
The hockey, it's everything about it I like better.
I'm trying to pull up the second round right now is underway for the Olympics for the golf, and at the last time I checked, Alex Noren was
in the lead.
Did
you see how awful the Australian shirts are?
Cameron Smith was wearing it really well.
Yeah. I love his mullet.
And then he had it shaved in the side of his head.
I love him so much.
He's legit. He looks like he needs like a pack of cigarettes rolled up in his sleeve and then just has a cigarette like at all times.
I love there's a picture on his Instagram of him in like this penguin shirt and like they're surfing on it. It's so bad, but it's so fitting.
Like the penguin brand?
The brand, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
It's so bad, but it fits him so well. And this is not like shots at Cameron Smith because I think he's phenomenal. I think he's great for the game. But dude, you need better shirts. I don't know who dresses you.
Someone help him out. Alex Noren is in first at the moment. He's 8 under total, and he's through 13 holes. Tied for second. There's a couple. Carlos Ortiz from Mexico. He's 7 under. Apologize if I butcher this, which I probably will, but Jana Watananan. He's 7 under.
I don't think I could do that any better. See, here's that shirt.
Oh, yeah.
That's bad. Part of me really wants it, though.
That's kind of a cool shirt.
I kind of want it.
That looks like him. And then as far as USA goes...
How much does a shirt cost?
That looks bad. How much does this shirt look? How much does this shirt
I'm
cost?
Looking.
He's making fun of Cam Smith, yet he's...
It's honestly a shirt that I would wear.
It's pretty sick. Not gonna lie, but... While you're looking that up, and I'm trying to check just to see what USA's at, Xander was doing pretty well. He was 4 under. I'm just gonna check on that, but there was kind of a hot take with the caddies.
caddies and the not getting medals.
Yeah, there was.
Give them the damn medal.
I posted it, and there was a lot of people that said, "Do they swing the club? Do coaches get medals? No, coaches should get medals."
Actually they don't, because a girl who works with me, her dad is one of the coaches for the women's hockey team, the Olympics, who won gold. They get a ring.
They do get a ring. Okay, so that was kind of my, like, I was thinking like,
well, the coaches, I don't know if the caddies get a ring, but the coaches got a ring. Listen, just listen, okay? I gotta get my words confabulated.
Man.
Yeah. Are they swing the golf club? No. But do they tell the golfer what to do? Do they make suggestions?
They do.
Do they do this, and this? Absolutely.
Could they affect that golfer by giving him a 9-iron instead of an 8-iron?
Yeah. Like, would Phil Mickelson be there and bend the 8-iron too? We don't know. Give them, like, they deserve it.
Because they're not paid.
No. Give them something. Because it's like they were caddying on the biggest stage, and they're the caddies of the biggest golfers in the world.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's like golfers.
Oh, look at that shirt. The floral.
All over floral.
That's kind of sweet.
Where's that from?
It's Penguin.
Oh, okay.
We're way off track.
The ADD's kicking in.
I gotta find that shirt. But yeah, it's like, give them a medal, and if not a medal, a ring. I just feel like if you do like all that work,
right? It's kind of like in the NBA. I'm pretty sure, like, depending on like your status. So, like, example, like NBA wins championship.
Mm-hmm.
Milwaukee, they won the championship, right?
Gross.
I think it goes on to it goes to the owners.
Yep.
To pay for the rings. However, like, most employees that work for Milwaukee, like, whether it's the staff that washed the clothes or things like that, they get a ring, but the ring necessarily isn't nowhere near. It's like a different level of the ring.
Yeah, it's
right?
not. Yeah.
So it's not like this big diamond ring that like a player like Giannis is gonna get. Why not do something like that? You know what I mean? Like, it's so many people are like so against it. Like, do they get a green jacket when they win the Masters? No, but they get a cool white green bib.
They get paid too.
They get paid.
They get paid.
And a lot of people's argument was, well, they don't get paid by the Olympics, but they'll probably get paid by the player. Well, maybe.
Well, do the players get paid to play in the Olympics though?
That's another good question.
Then why would they pay the caddy?
Yeah, there's multiple questions. I don't know the exact answers, but it's like the Olympic Committee is so strict on so many things, but at the same time, it's like, can't you give him a smaller gold medal?
a little pin?
It's got his like initials on it instead.
Like a little pin or something.
Something gold. Come on.
It's really annoying. Like,
so many people are against it too. It's like, I mean, the caddy's there. Yeah, the caddy's not making the shots, but the caddy's there for a reason.
Right.
The caddy knows what he's doing.
It's
You're
like,
not just
what's
gonna, like,
golf
throw
without
another
a caddy?
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of the beauty of the game of golf when you're playing in the PGA Tour. Like,
oh, I found that shirt.
You found the shirt.
It's only in medium.
Ladies and gentlemen, you found the shirt.
That's a $90 shirt.
Cam Smith.
That's a $90 shirt.
Well, that's chump change for Cameron Smith.
You probably got it for free. It's only available in medium, so that means a bunch of other people with the same idea as me. It's so ugly that it's nice. I am unfortunately not a medium.
He was making fun of it. Next thing you know, now he's been on the phone. Searching it.
I added that floral one to my cart.
Did you really?
Yeah, and it's another $15 off.
You are funny.
I have my moments. I wonder if people have like a favorite between us.
Probably you. They probably think you're the favorite.
I probably think I'm the favorite too.
Yeah. Probably.
Now I just can't let my ego get in the way.
Don't get that big head.
I already do it. Have you seen my head?
It's not Rory McIlroy.
No.
His head is so small. He said that's why he didn't wear a hat for the Olympics. Because they didn't have a hat small enough for his head. Yeah. That's funny that you mentioned that.
Oh.
Yeah, his head is too small.
I don't think I could ever wear a visor.
Why not? I think you could.
I don't want to. I feel like it's very like frat boyish or old manish.
I'm literally on this iPad trying to find.
That's true. As you're.
I've been on this iPad for 10 minutes trying to find the dang leaderboard for the golf, and it gives me like the top 4.
Well, that's all we need is a top 4.
Red Sox are acquiring Kyle Schwarber from the Nationals.
Damn, and he's injured.
Yep. Currently on a 10-day DL.
It's been more than 10 days. He's probably not going to play again this year. He's got some kind of like
contusion. He's got his protuberous.
No, I think it's some with his bicep.
It's his It's at his hamstring.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm thinking of somebody else. Oh,
Yeah.
Scherzer had a tricep
Yeah, he's on a
back.
10-day deal. I was trying to more the office reference.
Damn,
Protuberous.
the Red Sox. Well, it's funny because Yankees have been making all the moves today, right? So like they got Rizzo and they got Gallo. They're gonna go after Story. I really want them to get Kepler so we can keep Buxton, but that's not the point. They had to do something because even the Rays got Diego Castillo. No, they traded him. I don't know. It's been hard to keep up with everything and like try to like
I know.
work.
And I've been literally on this stupid iPad trying to find the scores.
I know you honestly look like an old man, like pecking at it too.
I'm literally so like, discouraged.
So you know
right
how
now.
like sometimes like older people can't use their phones and then they think it's the phone. Turns out it's actually them because as we age, we lose the oils in our fingers, so it's not as sensitive.
Okay, Dr. Don.
I learned that in school.
School?
Yeah.
What is that?
That thing that I pay X amount of dollars for every year.
Okay, so let's take a look at the live leaderboard here, which I thought I did earlier. So we're gonna keep on looking at that. In the meantime, and if the NBA draft was going on, it's still going on. Number 1, Cunningham to Detroit.
Nobody's surprised.
Nobody's
To
surprised.
me, he was the best one available. But the hard part is that what Detroit needed?
I don't.
I think Detroit needs a whole new team, if we're being serious.
Yeah, Detroit. I don't know. Like Kate. I mean, I like him, and I think he's a good ball player. But I don't know. Hopefully, I hope nothing but the best for him. Jalen Green went out to Houston as number 2 pick.
Where did our boy Suggs go?
Suggs went number 5. I thought he was going to go to Toronto at number 4, but he ended up going to he went number 5 to the Orlando Magic.
Are we going to get Suggs jerseys?
No, probably not.
Damn.
If he was going to the Wolves, then heck yeah, for sure. But unfortunately, that's not the
Yeah, but the
case.
Magic have good jerseys, especially their retros.
The Magic do have some pretty sick jerseys. Evan Mobley went number 3 to Cleveland from USC. I actually like Evan Mobley. I think he's one of the. I mean, he's very tall, very athletic, good defender, good down towards the hoop. I think he's gonna be a stud for Cleveland.
I know absolutely nothing about basketball other than we have Cat and D'Lo.
Oh yeah, we got Cat D'Lo. What do you mean? You wait.
I know about the Wolves. That's about it.
You don't. You just mentioned you can't. Anthony Edwards. You know.
Oh,
Anthony Edwards.
yeah.
Come on. The guy who got snubbed for Rookie of the Year.
God, the funniest dude in the league. Doesn't know
Yeah.
who the owner is now.
Hey, man. Alex Rodriguez
Yeah.
owns our team.
Did you see an interview where they asked him and he was like, who?
Yeah, he had no idea. So NBA
I know we
drafts,
traded Ricky today.
Ricky got traded.
I'm sad. I like Rubio.
He's been here, been traded, and been back, and then got traded again. He's out in Spain right now, or he's out in Tokyo.
Playing with Spain. That's gotta suck being traded.
Yeah, that's
And
gonna be
you're
kinda
away.
Weird. I wonder how that phone call went.
Bye. And then
Yeah.
click.
Yeah. Hi, bye. You're gone.
Congrats on 26-5-5. Okay, bye.
And then of course we have the NFL. Aaron Rodgers,
Aaron.
Packers. How do you feel about that?
I think, to me, the whole thing is funny, right? Because nothing he said was incorrect. You don't go to Green Bay to play in Green Bay. You don't go to Green Bay to play for whoever the hell their head coach is right now, LaFleur. You
Put
go.
a pipe in it, LaFleur.
You go there to play with Aaron.
Hey, Ron.
And as soon as Aaron leaves next year, Green Bay is going to go down the toilet. Because nobody wants to go there and play with Jordan Love. Or whatever his name is. Is that who their quarter?
Yeah.
Nobody goes there to play with him.
Yeah, I
Where at least, like, the cool thing is here, people come here to play with Zimmer. As much as I don't like Zimmer as a head coach, people come here for his reason. That's the whole reason we got Patrick Peterson, was because he liked Zimmer and wanted to play with and for Zimmer.
Coach.
Where you don't have that in Green Bay. There's nothing he said that was wrong.
No,
I also love
take
that
his side on Aaron Rodgers. Definitely.
I also love that he came with like a list of demands. He's like, hey, I want my contract voided after this, and I want you to go get Randall Cobb.
Well, he was an MVP the year before.
Yeah.
How are you the MVP and then you don't all of a sudden have a voice?
Right.
And I don't like Aaron Rodgers.
I don't either. I think he's cocky and arrogant.
Yeah.
But at the same time, he's a hell of a football player. And
I would
it's
love to have him on
the
our
only reason we don't like him is because he's a Packer.
Yeah.
I don't like how he like treats his parents and stuff, because I've heard he's kind of not super nice to them all the time.
I don't know his personal situation, but yeah, it's because he's on the Packers is the reason why I don't like him.
Yeah. It's like the same. Well,
it's like a Brett Favre 2.0.
Yeah.
Granted, Brett Favre
I feel like it's much more respectable other than the whole
he definitely was.
dick pic thing again.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's like, I feel like because he's a Packer, I feel like if he played for like Detroit like Stafford did, I probably wouldn't mind him, because I like Matthew Stafford.
Me too.
I hope he does well in LA. I don't care for anybody on the Bears because it's the Bears, other than like Khalil Mack.
I like Khalil Mack.
Khalil Mack's a stud.
So you're not really cheering for Justin Fields?
He's gonna be benched. I'd bench him for Dalton for the first year. Yeah.
I think he's starting right away.
No. Think about it like this. So the most outspoken quarterback and best quarterback in the league is
Patrick Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes.
Brady.
No, Mahomes.
If I want to win right now.
Oh, Brady.
Yeah.
But for the sake of my argument, it's Mahomes.
Okay.
The big thing Mahomes says that helped him out versus anything was that he sat a year behind Alex Smith. I'm not saying Andy Dalton is Alex Smith, but he's a veteran presence who's been solid his entire career.
Minus the Dallas Cowboys.
But even then, he beat us.
It's true.
Which he did. I would sit Fields for a season, or even like 3/4 of a season. Let him kind of learn how to run everything from Andy Dalton, who's done it very well for however many years he's been in the league.
Well, they signed Andy Dalton, obviously, before the draft started, to start.
I would start him. You're paying him to start. This isn't like whereas Mike Glennon or Trubisky. To me, that one was obviously... He's like the backup at the Bills.
That's right. Because obviously Josh Allen.
Yeah.
The Bills. Yeah, that's right.
So
it was kind of a weird trade.
There wasn't a trade. They cut him.
Yeah, I mean a weird sign.
Yeah, I know it's weird. I would sit Fields for a year, have him learn from Andy Dalton, and then maybe you can trade Andy Dalton for something like a 6th-round pick or whatever.
It's funny how
if I'm paying him to start and then I draft a quarterback, I'm starting him because I'm paying him to start.
I like your take on that, because Justin Fields,
he's so raw and has so much talent. I just think he needs just like a little bit of like, hey, here's how you do things in the NFL versus college. Because
I think he's going to be a scary quarterback in the NFL, though, with time. I think if he has that motivation, determination to stay healthy.
It's the same thing with Trey Lance. Like, Trey Lance, I think, has all the same skill set as Fields. But he didn't play for a D1 college.
Yeah, it was a smaller college. Obviously, Fields is in Ohio State. It's on the spotlight.
Yeah, it's not NDSU, which I could care less about because it's NDSU.
My coworker was telling me about Trey Lance a while back, and he was saying that he was like a super stud.
The Niners got a dog, which is exactly why they're starting Garoppolo.
Yeah,
which
they're sitting pretty good right now in quarterback situation.
Oh, you got Jimmy G, who when he plays and when he starts, they win.
He's a stud.
And he's
got to stay healthy.
Jimmy GQ.
He is. He's a good looking.
He's a pretty man.
He is.
Good for him.
If his football career is shut down, he's got a modeling career.
Business baby.
Yeah.
I love him and Kittle's bromance.
Kittle's
Kittle's a stud.
Who's your since we're talking about the NFL right now, who's your favorite right now?
To win it, again?
Yeah.
Probably Tampa Bay. They have done everything right and then some. Who would have thought they would sign everybody back?
That's kind of the whole point, though, with like what Aaron Rodgers is saying,
Mm-hmm.
right? Is that Tom Brady did this?
The difference between Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers.
Well, is a lot of Super Bowl rings.
Well, right, but Tom Brady's drastically cheaper than Aaron Rodgers, and Tom Brady does that on purpose. even when he was in New England, he would take less money so they could put an offensive line around him and give him weapons, except for the last couple of years he was there. I feel like Aaron has never had like a true number 2 receiver. It's always been Devontae Adams and then nobody.
He had Randall and obviously Jordy.
Well, right, but
at that time.
Right, but even then they weren't prime Jordy. They weren't prime Cobb. They were kind of older. Where even now it's like they don't know if they're gonna have Devontae Adams next year.
Yeah, what was up with the whole?
I think when Rodgers leaves, Devontae leaves.
Was that the whole thing with the Last Dance?
I think so.
Yeah, makes sense. Like this is the final run. This is it.
I think so.
And then Aaron Rodgers will be the Brett Favre 2.0. He'll come over to the Vikings.
I don't want him on the Vikings.
Purple and gold, baby.
I don't want him.
Land.
No, he won't.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine?
I would go full on 49ers fan.
Really?
Really?
No.
I don't want to win a Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, I would be.
I would much.
Aaron Rodgers would have a statue out in U.S. Bank Stadium.
I would much rather win one than Tom Brady.
Oh, me too.
I refuse to win one.
At the same time, though, it's that's the beautiful thing. It's like a slap in the face to Packer fans. Like
right, but it's a slap in the face to us too.
To a point, but they didn't beat us in the Super Bowl. He left Green Bay because they didn't give him what he wanted. He came over here, and now he's gonna be like, "Hey, I'm gonna show Green Bay what they missed out on."
See, the issue is we have cheap owners.
Yes and no. They put out a lot of money.
They do, but they don't put it. They don't put it in the right places.
As far as the Minnesota team, they are one of the.
They're one of the better ones.
Yeah, that actually.
I feel like the Wolves and the Twins are super cheap. The Wild obviously have to live within the cap, where the Spurs don't have that. They just have taxes. But the Wild, I think, do a good job. But yeah, the Wolves do a good job. I just feel like they don't invest in the right places. Like you gave Kirk all this money, but you refuse to pay people to protect him. Which is fine. Which
has been the story. I mean, it's
always been that way.
It's been that issue the whole time. Yeah, it's Kirk can make the throws that most quarterbacks can't make, but you can't really make them without that line.
He's got a crazy arm and he's crazy accurate.
I'm a huge fan of Kirk,
but nobody protects him.
100%.
Which then people try to argue, well, he should run, and I'm like, well,
that's not his. MO.
That's not what he does. That's where we should have drafted a dude who runs, which we did. Mond.
I don't know.
His motion's weird.
His arm, his throw is weird.
But Teddy had a weird arm and still has a weird arm, and I love Teddy.
I love Teddy too.
I still have my Bridgewater jersey.
Yeah, I like Teddy, and I hope Mond is a stud too. But something about his throw just looks weird.
I mean, I don't know.
But I don't know. I'm
but yeah, if we win,
if Aaron Rodgers wins, I would advocate for
I'm going full 49ers.
A Zimmer
Rodgers and Spielman statue. Arm in arm. Big middle fingers towards Green Bay.
We've been in the Super Bowl 4 times, never won it. What better...
So what's worse? Us going 4 times and never winning, or the Bills going back to back to back and not winning?
That's a good question.
Buffalo.
Yeah.
By far, theirs has to be worse. 3 years of consecutive pain.
Yeah, no, that is pretty bad. But I think it'd be nothing better than like shutting up Packer fans.
Mm-hmm.
Because how many years have they had Aaron Rodgers? And they're like best quarterback in the league.
But he's got 1 Super Bowl.
1 Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And hypothetically speaking, at his talent, he should probably have more than that.
Right.
Which is to his defense, right?
Yeah.
Which is one of the reasons why. He's kind of...
It's not my fault he ran into the Niners. Just buzzsawed him twice in a season.
And I think I would absolutely... I mean, again, I'm not a huge Aaron Rodgers fan, and I don't know his personal life, but I know that there's a lot of issues between his personal family and all that. But there would be no greater slap in the face to win, a Super Bowl. Because Vikings fans don't have a comeback to Packer fans. We're like, well, blah, 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 blah.
Our colors are better, though.
Yeah, but...
No, I know.
But I mean, like, okay.
I'm trying to come up with an argument. Yeah.
There really isn't an argument.
No, there isn't.
I mean, yeah, purple and gold, baby. I believe purple and gold. But at the end of the day, we don't have that. I mean, we have NFC Championship.
Oh, boy.
But we don't have a Super Bowl championship.
Yeah, and then we went to the one and got just smoked.
But to think that we would have...
By Nick Foles.
Yeah, that was
gross.
so bad.
I rushed home to watch that.
Oh yeah,
I was
like in tears watching the Minneapolis Miracle.
Oh,
and
once that happened, I knew we were going to lose the next game. You can't.
The Eagles just that was not a.
You can't win that game like that and then win the next game. You can't win on a lucky.
I thought it was. I was like, okay, this is the Miracle. We're gonna bounce back and just be dominant. And then we scored a touchdown with Kyle Rudolph, first drive of the game,
and then that was it.
After that, it was done.
Yeah,
and it was. And I was
and
like,
people
when he
still want
touchdown. I'm like, this is it.
And people still want Keenum back. It has now been benched 3 times.
I will give him that. He had one of the most amazing 1 years as a quarterback. But
and ever since then,
Kirk Cousins.
And now he's been benched 3 times. And you still want Keenum back. See, people are stupid.
I just think it would be the greatest slap in the face to Packer fans.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I just don't want it to be Rodgers.
I do, because I can't wait to see a Packer fan.
I'd much rather...
I'm wearing my Aaron Rodgers 12 jersey in purple and gold.
Gross.
And it's going to say Super Bowl champ, blah, blah.
Gross.
Hey, if he wins the Super Bowl, I will get an Aaron Rodgers.
Will you get a tattoo?
Probably. I'll get a Super Bowl. I'm not going to get an Aaron Rodgers tattoo.
Oh, that's what I mean. Would you get an Aaron Rodgers tattoo?
Absolutely not. No.
So that's where you draw the line.
Yeah, no, I'm not going that far. But I would get a Vikings Super Bowl tattoo.
I think that would make us eligible to join the New World Order, the Vikings fan club thingy.
And I'll make sure that I'm still living downtown here, and the whole freaking place would go absolutely nuts. I would take a whole week off of work.
You'd be hungover for a week.
It would just be freaking nuts. I mean, they started 61, I think, was the first year
of the Vikings. Yeah,
and 4 times never been, and now we're in 2021. I mean, you think about all that history, how diehard Viking fans are. They're very diehard.
Yeah, no, we'll brave anything.
Don't have a Super Bowl. To think that somebody from the Packers, according to the Packer fans,
I love the air quotes that nobody can see.
Aaron Rodgers is arguably one of the best quarterbacks of all time.
Right.
With only 1 Super Bowl.
Right.
He really is a talented quarterback, which I don't like him.
No, he's very talented. He makes all the throws. He's got things you can't teach. Like so that bizarre sense in the pocket. Like somebody's rushing him and he just moves a little bit and you're like, damn, I hate this man.
I would be so pissed as a Packer fan right now.
Oh, I'd be furious. Because that's all they have is, but we have Aaron Rodgers. Well, you lose Aaron Rodgers, you lose Devontae Adams.
And no take to Jordan Love, but it's dude, that's Aaron Rodgers.
It's Aaron. And I think Aaron has said that he's not going to. I think Aaron has also said that he's not going to mentor Jordan Love. So it's just Jordan Love teaching himself. Because Brett Favre never mentored Aaron, I guess.
That's the word on the street, yeah.
Which I kind of see that. They're there to take your job. But at the same time, you're old. He's 38, 39, Rodgers, 37?
No, I think it's 35, 36.
Okay, whatever.
Still but
that's old for a quarterback.
It is,
unless you're Tom Brady.
3 or 4 years in the tank, and he just won MVP.
Yeah, but
the year before,
right? But he's not like Tom Brady, where he's going to do this for another 10 years.
No, but if you put the right people around him.
Yeah, but not in Green Bay. I bet you he goes to LA.
It's
because he's from California.
He is, yeah. Well, because he originally was they thought he was going to get drafted to 49ers, right?
Yeah, and then they took Alex Smith, which is kind of the reason I liked watching Alex Smith, because he did nothing wrong. But he was boring.
But he was good.
Yeah, he wasn't the flashy pick.
But he made the right passes, he was a good quarterback. We went really off topic. We
Olympic golf straight into
the Olympic
NFL.
Golf just still trying to find the friggin' leaderboard. But there would be no other, no greater thing.
So what's worse? So the Vikings not having a Super Bowl win, or the Wild not having a Stanley Cup?
Well,
because we're the state of hockey.
Yeah, but I'm definitely a big Wild fan, but I'm a diehard Viking fan, so definitely a Viking not having a Super Bowl.
I think the Wild not having a Stanley Cup. State of hockey, you have nothing to show for it.
Yeah, but they made the name State of Hockey. I feel like that was fairly.
It's been a long time.
It has.
Yeah.
And then obviously the North Stars, they moved to Dallas. The Wild. Well, then we were the Minnesota Moose for a while. terrible.
I loved them. That's such
But
a good
we were
name.
so bad though.
Such a good name.
And then it finally became the Minnesota Wild, which I love the Wild as well, but I'm such a diehard Viking fan, and not having a Super Bowl and said the Minneapolis Miracle. I mean, 98 we should have won, in my opinion, and then obviously with Brett Favre, I thought we should have definitely.
I mean, even
went to the Super Bowl.
Even if we won in '98, I'd have no recollection of it.
See, I would have.
I would have been one.
Yeah, no, that's and you know the only two championships besides WNBA at the Lynx is the Twins.
And I wasn't alive for either of those.
I was alive for the 91, but I was 2. So
I probably wasn't even a twinkle in my parents' eyes.
So there's a lot. That's a good way to transition. We were talking food before we hopped on the podcast. I made a flank steak dinner last night, which turned out pretty good. I went and got the chimichurri.
Did you get it again?
Short rib again. I'm telling you, man, that is so freaking good. I absolutely love the Free House. The beers are good. Their food is good. Definitely a highly recommendation. What have you experienced lately?
I had a super good Chipotle burrito. Actually, Chipotle
burrito sounds so good.
We had a new place on DoorDash the other night. I mean, it's called Bricks. It's in Blaine.
Oh yeah, I've been there. This place is legit.
Yeah, I've never been there. So we ordered it, and I had the Nashville hot chicken sandwich with the coleslaw on it. I would have eaten like 4 of those things. So
the fries
good.
Are so good too.
I'm usually not a big fan of those straw fries. Like,
Their straw fries are amazing.
Like, give me a fat fry. Like, McDonald's fries to me are the best.
Yep.
But like, it was so good, and just the way like it was spicy, but then it was like a sweet coleslaw.
They make some good food. I haven't been there in a long time.
It's expensive.
It is,
but it
they
was
have a pretty
so
cool
good.
bar too, and they have like all sorts of different types of beers. But they have some pretty good food. Their burgers are good.
Yeah, no, they look good, and I was like, I switch it up a little bit, and I get a burger, so I got Nashville hot sandwich. Would do it again. It was super good.
So is it like a crispy, like a breaded, like
yeah, it was like fried, breaded, and then you get the Nashville hot sauce on it with the coleslaw up top.
Did they put a pickle on the bottom too?
If they had pickles, I didn't notice because I think I was too in love with the actual like
that southern style is that they put that pickle on the bottom part of the bun.
It was so good.
So you didn't notice? Okay.
Honestly, I ate that thing so fast. It was so good.
Was it like one big like almost like a big chicken tender?
No, it was like an actual like chicken breast.
Oh, it was?
Yeah, it was like a circle. No, it was good.
There's a food truck over here that's called like Nashville or Tennessee like hot chicken or something. Same thing, but it's chicken tenders, and they're like super hot with their fry. Oh my god! And I don't really eat that very often, or even ever.
Yeah.
And we happened to be walking down the street one day, and the food truck was there, and so we ended up ordering it. And we always see the truck, and there's always a long line. So we're like, okay,
it's got to be good.
Yeah. So there wasn't a huge line, and we're like, oh, let's try it out. And now I understand why there's such a long line. It's so good.
Yeah, it was such a good sandwich. Like, I thought the Chick-fil-A spicy sandwich was good. But this thing, like, I need more of it. So good.
Anything spicy, I'm all for.
Depends. Because I'm not a hot Cheeto guy.
I love
the jalapeno Cheetos.
Jalapeno Cheetos are good, too. If you were, like, as far as, like, genre of food, would you be more like a Chinese food or like Mexican food or like what? Or
whoa,
because they're both good.
Depends
on the day.
I love Thai food. I love Thai food. I love stir fries. But like so Mexican food is so good. Everything like your wife has made. Like I'm serious. Like I need a jar of salsa.
Yeah, she makes some hot salsa.
And it cleared up my sinuses, and I almost cried, but I loved it. And now nothing tastes as good.
Ruined your life, like you said. Yeah,
I hate her. I hate her so much.
The hot salsa it has 2 benefits. It clears out your sinuses and it's good.
I hate her because now I can't have normal salsa.
I didn't experience real salsa until I had her salsa.
It's so
or her
good.
mom's salsa. It's
So good.
And every time I have this, because I love spicy though. I love hot.
Mhm.
Like that. Like the hotter the better.
I like spicy to an extent. I don't like when it's so hot there's no flavor. Like, it has to taste good still.
Yeah, you still have to have the flavor.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah, I love nothing better than like a couple of tacos with some hot salsa and some rice on the side with some beans.
Mm-hmm.
That's my go-to.
I had a really long day Tuesday, so I had a bunch of Taco Bell. It was like $13 worth. I was like, I'm just gonna go in.
So I haven't had Taco Bell in probably like 10 years, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
So it's $13 because I know normally when I used to go there, I used to get like the cheesy double beef burrito,
Mm-hmm.
be like $1.99,
Yeah.
and those were big.
Yeah.
So I'd get like 2 of those and like some like potato rounds or
Mhm.
like the
Yeah.
Do they still have the cinnamon?
Cinnamon twist?
Yeah. Those were
So good. They're like $1.
I used to get those all the time.
So good.
Freaking love those. So they have them.
Oh yeah.
So at that point, like I'm thinking probably that's probably like a $4 or $5 meal.
Yeah.
So what's your $13 meal at Taco Bell?
I got like this $5 box where like I have the app, because of course I do, right?
Right? Yeah. Why
So
not?
I made my own. So with that, I got a chalupa. No tomato, because I don't like tomatoes.
I'm not a huge tomato.
So I got a chalupa. I got a Dorito taco, because I was like, I really want a Dorito taco.
To Dorito taco, that's the. Do you get to choose whether it's like cheese or like the ranch, Cool Ranch?
They only have the one now, which is the
cheese.
Yeah, the nacho
So
cheese.
I hate ranch.
I don't like the Cool Ranch.
Cool Ranch chips though, so good.
No,
I
I'd
hate ranch.
much
I hate
rather
ranch.
would much rather have the normal Dorito.
Me too.
But and then I had
What's the chalupa though? Is it like the thicker like shelled?
Yeah, it's like cheese almost. And then I had a normal crunchy taco, and then with that you get like chips and cheese, like nachos. And then I got an icy because it was super hot.
An icy from Taco Bell.
Yeah,
See, again, I'm asking because I haven't had it in like 10 years.
yeah. No, dude, it was super. It was like a strawberry
So what
lemonade
kinda-
slushy.
That sounds good.
Oh, it was so good.
See,
And then I had a quesalupa.
What's a quesalupa?
It's a quesadilla or quesarito. It's a quesadilla wrapped on a burrito.
That sounds freaking
So good.
good. If there was one thing that I like, as far as like something that I like a superpower, would be that I had a perfect metabolism. Because literally,
That's like the old man talking, you know.
it is because I swear I run a lot and I try to run a lot, not like a lot of miles,
Mhm.
but I work out pretty consistently and I try to break a sweat every day.
Mhm.
And I know I like my craft beer, so that doesn't help. But it's like I have like the worst like conscience, like guilty conscience of
Mhm.
eating food like that, and like that's like the one thing that I wish I could just like. I get so jealous of people that can like
I'm that way. It's like in the heat.
that you do get jealous or you don't.
No. Like in the heat of the moment, I'm like, yes. And then like a half hour later, I'm like, no. It's the same way like when I buy things. It's
Like-
especially
like-
like sneakers, right?
Impulse buy.
Yeah, which I'm trying to get better with. So like mom and dad, I'm sorry. I'm working on it. You know, I'm 24. I've got a long ways to go with life.
Yeah, you're young.
I'm working on it. It's like I'm like, oh, that sounds so cool, and I buy it. And then like 4 days later, I'm like, what am I gonna do with this?
Yeah, you get it. It's cool, and then all of a sudden now it's just like, just another thing.
Yeah.
So food. Like for me, I get that. I get it like right away. I get that like terrible like. I wish I didn't have that feeling though, where it's like I just need to enjoy this meal
Yeah.
and soak it in.
Well, like my thing is I don't really like have big meals often. So like if it's like a long day and I'm like I deserve something, I'll go to like Taco Bell.
Yeah, because you haven't really ate all day.
Right, especially because like I'm always like on the move and doing stuff. Really, like if I'm gonna like sit down and eat, it's a different story. It's more so where I'm like, oh, it's like super late. I just want something, and then I'll be like, I shouldn't have done that. I should have just made something. But at the same time, like I don't want to wake everybody. I can just like shuffle downstairs and like eat my burrito or whatever. And
Does Taco Bell forgive me if because I could totally I I could totally be wrong, and I'm sorry if I am, but does Taco Bell have the potatoes?
Yeah.
So do they have the potato like squares though, right?
Yeah.
So Taco John's though has the potato olays.
Yeah.
Dude, I know like Taco John's potato olays.
And neither of them are as good as Chick-fil-A's hash browns.
They have hash browns?
Oh, they're so good. They're little circles and they're fried.
Really?
I had some for breakfast this morning.
Oh man, see that
I
sounds
know.
good.
So good.
I haven't had a Chick-fil-A sandwich in freaking forever, but I had a spicy chicken sandwich one time.
Mm-hmm.
It was really good.
Yeah, so Taco Bell, my favorite thing from Taco Bell, it's actually vegan.
Really?
Yeah, it's the spicy potato taco. So instead of beef, it's potatoes. It's got shredded cheese and then lettuce and a soft shell, and then it has a chipotle mayo on it.
Okay.
So good.
See, I wish I could get better at like liking sauces. Like I don't like mayo, which sucks.
Well, I don't know if it's chipotle mayo, but it's a chipotle sauce.
Yeah, but I don't like mayo
Pussy.
in general. I just don't like mayo.
I know what like they used to have. It was this big burrito, and it's kind of like what got me into Taco Bell. It had like beef and like big chunks of potato and nacho cheese in it. But it wasn't like a little griller like they are now. It was like this big monstrous burrito, and it was so good.
Yeah, the cheesy double beef burrito. I used to love that.
Chipotle needs potatoes.
And they need sliced jalapenos.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna say that.
I freaking dude.
That's why
Well-
Pancheros has a step above them.
Pancheros has sliced jalapenos, man.
That and I don't
need
feel bad after I eat Pancheros.
Pancheros is good, right?
Sometimes I'll eat Chipotle and I'm like, oh, I'm so full. With Pancheros, I'm like, I feel pretty good.
Yeah, Pancheros is money.
So good.
It's very good. The sliced jalapenos is what does it for me. Like I love it.
I love they have a cilantro lime vinaigrette. So good.
That's tasty too. The other thing that I could devour that I really love is pizza.
Yeah.
And
I don't think I could eat as much pizza as you could. Because I'm not like, I'm not a huge pizza guy.
That's one thing of that, especially if you put like a large thin crust pizza in front of me, even though I like deep dish or like
I like crust.
yeah, me too.
Yeah. It's
crust
like
guy.
a free breadstick.
It is. It blows my mind that people don't eat the crust.
It's like the best. It's like dessert.
That's the best part of the pizza.
Yeah, it's a breadstick.
Yeah, dip it in some freaking some pizza sauce
Or no,
Or just eat it
like
straight
the
up.
garlic butter.
or the garlic butter.
Oh,
Like, how can you not eat the freaking crust?
because they're sociopaths.
That's creepy.
Yeah.
Like, why are you not eating the crust? That's the
Even
best
be
part.
one of the weirdos and dip it in ranch. Just eat it. I
Yeah.
don't like pizza and ranch. That's a bit weird.
Yeah, some people love that.
That's
not my
weird.
thing.
That's like borderline psychopath.
It really is. When they ask for like ranch or extra ranch, I'm like,
No.
sit on the other table.
It goes on salads. That's
Yeah,
it.
I don't want anything to do with that. But if you put
Ooh, or
Buff-
buffalo chicken and ranch. Oh, you don't like ranch?
no, but buffalo chicken pizza's good, or buffalo chicken salad's good
Barbecue
too.
chicken pizza is good too.
Barbecue chicken
With some
pizza's good.
bacon. Ooh, I go to town on that.
But thin crust pizza, so that's my like last choice.
Mhm.
But thin crust is so easy to eat.
Oh, you just,
You could put a large pizza in front of me, and
especially in like the little squares, because
Yeah.
it's just like a bite. Yeah.
It's so good. But then you feel so terrible after you eat it.
Yeah, you eat.
I
yeah.
wish that like guilty pleasure just could like go away, and just eat.
I'm
it,
that
have
way with-
No
yeah.
shame in my game.
I'm that way with like cookies.
I'm like, yeah, I'm.
Because
For
it's
me,
like I'll just keep eating the cookies and I don't feel full, and so I'm keep eating the cookies, and then like 15 minutes later I'm like borderline throwing up. I'm like I should not have eaten.
freaking box.
Yeah, I'm like I shouldn't have eaten those last like 15 of them. Like I should have just like left it, like, just let it be after 4.
I'm a very addictive personality when it comes to food.
Oh, I'm Oreos for me. I'll eat like a whole sleeve and go, I shouldn't have done that. Like,
Are you a milk dipper with Oreos?
oh, you have to.
Yeah, no.
Again, if you don't, you're a
it's kinda weird. It
sociopath.
really is.
Yeah.
So do you just dip the whole thing in, or do you like pop? it
Oh
open?
no, dip the
Dip.
whole thing in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too.
I don't have time to pop it open, go yep, and then pop
Dip
it shut.
in and then just straight
No.
up eat it. I'm the same way.
Dip it in, eat it, go to town, and then by that time the whole box is gone, and then you throw up, and then you're like, I could eat more.
Yeah, I try to stay away from purchases like that because I will eat the whole thing.
I really wanted some Cheez-Its last night.
I freaking love cheese.
It's like, you're just laying around, you're like, I kind of want something crunchy. or kind of eating. And I'm like, ooh, Cheez-Its. And I was like, ooh, Target's closed.
That's a nice thing about our place. We got a freaking vending machine right downstairs.
Yeah, but I wanted a box.
Oh, okay.
Like,
What about Goldfish?
Cheez-Its are better.
They are, but Goldfish are good.
They're good, but it's not a Cheez-It.
Cheez-Its are good. What brand of Cheez-It, or what flavor of Cheez-It?
I like their original, but the extra toasty has a certain place in my heart.
I love the white cheddar too.
Don't like them. My mom loves them, and she
Your
thinks
freaking hands though are like,
I think my mom forgets what I do and don't like, because I think she thinks,
or she thinks you like those.
yeah, and I'm like, I don't. Like, I'll eat them because
They're there.
they're there, but it's
Sure.
not my first or second choice. Might be my fourth choice, because I really like the spicy ones.
There's Tabasco ones too.
Yeah,
Those are pretty good.
I haven't had those ones. I've seen the
No.
box though.
Yeah, they're not bad. I'm a huge the whole addictive personality with food. That's my biggest issue is that chips. My wife loves chips, but she loves them so much. But at the same time, she could have like 4 of them and then she'd be satisfied.
She'll put 4 and then
And
put
she'll be
hot
fine.
sauce on them,
Yeah,
and
she'll be fine. And it's like,
then she's
don't
like,
do that to me, because I literally could eat the rest of the bag, and
Mhm.
it's like
I watched her put hot sauce on these hot Doritos and go, wow, I have heartburn. And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, you're putting hot on hot and hot. And
Yeah.
What do you expect?
Yeah. And then she's like, I had like 4 and I'm done. And I'm like, I have like a handful and a half. Yeah.
Well, that was like when you tried her salsa and you were like, this isn't that hot.
Yeah. And then I took a big scoop and my nose like just ran.
Get this man some Kleenex.
I was like, oh my God.
No, I love my hot salsa. We'll have to definitely do a. We should do like a fast food. I haven't had fast food in forever. Like
I
I'm
feel like-
talking like years.
I feel like I'm more on the run than you are.
Yeah, but maybe we could do like a.
Should we rank French fries? Because I'm down to
Dude,
buy fries.
I freaking love fries. Okay, next week let's find like 4 different places.
Mhm.
Fast food. We'll friggin' pick some up, try them.
We'll rank all the fries.
We'll rank all the fries. I like it. I know a lot of people are trying to rank food and all that, but who doesn't like French fries?
Oh,
If you like
weirdos.
French fries, that's also
Definitely a sociopath.
for sure.
That's like, what's his name, who killed his wife and with the boat anchor, and Scott Peterson.
Is that who that is?
Yeah, he was a sociopath. I have his book. The book's super good if you want to read it. Well, it's not his book. It's a book about the investigation.
Gotcha.
It's super good. I've read it like 4 times, and I'm still like, it's really good.
Suspenseful. Yeah,
Yeah, I'll
let's
bring
rank
it next
some
week.
French fries,
Yeah.
and then after that, we'll rank something else.
Yeah.
I like it.
Cokes.
All right. Well, thanks for listening. I know we really got off topic. We probably talked about golf 20% of the podcast.
I mean,
but
that's the beauty of this, right? It's golf and things.
that's right. So we talk about whatever we want, and we always end with food.
Yeah.
We have to. I mean, food is so good.
I love it.
I'm kind of trying to figure out what I want next. And I know it's late, but I'm hungry.
Oh, it's almost 11.
I know we really took this podcast to another length.
It's like
here.
an hour and a half.
Just want to give a huge shout out to Leaderboard Customs,
Yep.
OB Golf,
Everybody who's been rocking with us. Pinehurst 6.
Pinehurst 6,
Brilliantly Dumb.
That was a huge episode.
Bobby
we
was a
had.
blast.
Bobby was awesome. Hopefully we have him on again soon. Our
I s-
12.5 episode was,
I still love the video he just posted with him getting all the food.
oh yeah.
My favorite part is I just got the pulled pork for you too, and there's just a big smirk on his face.
I know, but I love that if you peep the video close in, he's got a freaking sleeve of a dozen golf balls.
Yeah.
You know his front end's probably not going so
I love
hot.
that he's got like a drink and then another like can too.
Yeah,
He's just loaded.
yeah. Bobby's awesome.
No, it was a whole box of balls. It wasn't a
Yeah,
sleeve. It was
or
a
sorry,
box.
yeah, dozen
Yeah.
golf balls. So something wasn't going his plan.
But that's why I got the Caesar and the pulled pork.
That's right. Load up on some food and reload on the golf balls.
Oh
So,
yeah,
next week we might have a surprise guest on. Maybe the next 2 weeks.
maybe.
So we'll see. Otherwise, if not, it'll just be me and you, and we'll have a good time.
Yeah, we'll rank French fries.
Ranking French fries. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week.